this is not the right lens. Isn't this so much better? It's the 2nd of December today, and I thought that I haven't vlogged in so long, I need to get back to it. And I already buttoned up my top wrong, so you can kind of get an idea of how my day has started. What happened? Did you guys hear me scolding me? What happened? You have something to say? Now you're all quiet, no? Small is crying for food, but turns out we overfeed our house cats. They do not need that much food. That can give them a lot of health problems later in life. So I'm trying to limit their food consumption, and it's not going very well at all. So I haven't really vlogged for so long just because either life was too boring or it was too hectic. There was no in between. But I actually have plans today, so I thought this was the perfect time to, get back into it. My plans are in the evening, but I can take you guys through my day also. And I think you guys need like a proper life update of the last few months, so I will try to give you guys the bullet points of that as well. The room is a complete mess. I do know that I'm very likely going to get some judgment for the state of this room. Like, some of you all will be decent and judge me silently. Some of you other guys will probably be already typing up their mean comments to me. But I've realized that, there are just two kinds of people. Some people who are very orderly and some people who are just naturally very messy. And I'm unashamed to show you guys what this is right now because it has been worse, so it's not at its worst right now. One wonderful thing I realized about having a separate room for work, and it is a giant privilege, is that most of the mess relates to my work, and then most of the mess kind of stays in this room. It's not that the other rooms are perfect, but the bedroom is actually quite neat. And in Mumbai, when there are lesser rooms, there's less space, rooms have to double up for various purposes. So here at least I can bifurcate that. We're outside now because it wouldn't feel right to vlog after so long and not bring you guys into the garden. Maybe it's nothing much to look at, but I still want to show you around. This entire row that you see here, some of it's in the dark, so it's a little invisible, and then some of it's in the sunlight. This is my Christmas tree. Hopefully in a few days we will bring this in the house, and I'm hoping to sort of decorate this, have a live Christmas tree, keep it out most of the year, bring it in during the the winter, and I'm quite excited about that. This plant is a little sad, but I'm sure I can bring her back to life. This area is my little veggie and fruit garden because I'm having a phase right now where I want to grow stuff that I can eat. It's quite difficult, it's not going very well, but it is still quite exciting to me. This is my bindi plant. I grew it from seed. I'm really proud of it. I actually had two and I killed one of them with pure clumsiness. I was so excited because a few days ago my first 3 bindis were coming in. They were on the top, but they all 3 fell down, and I think it's just because of the extreme heat. Vegetables usually require full sun, so there's no point in keeping them in the shade, but it's been so hot that you can see the leaves are also wilted. I've watered this plant, okay, but this is just the effects of pretty harsh sunlight. Now these two, I started these yesterday, so there's nothing in there, but I'm trying potatoes again. I tried potatoes and they grew pretty long, but then it rained for 5 days straight and they all got rotten. This is my tomato plant. Hasn't yielded at all. It gave me 1 flower, but then the flower fell down and I did not get a tomato. Also looking quite sad in this heat. And these 3 cacti are very recent additions. They are not purely ornamental cacti. These are supposed to be dragon fruit cacti, but you guys did not know that dragon fruit actually is a fruit of a cactus. So this will take 1 or 2 years if I'm lucky to give any fruit, but my reasoning is at least cacti are gonna thrive in this horrible extreme heat, so why not? I have another patch of plants here, and this is the area where I pot my plants also, so it's extremely untidy. I know you guys are sensing a theme. I'm an untidy person, but I wanted to show you guys a few plants here. This is my curry patta, doing really well. This is ZZ, so this is ornamental, but that one that you see there, that's my pandan, also edible. This is my cinnamon basil or Thai basil, also edible. I have not cooked with this one yet. I use the curry patta a lot. It actually had flowers yesterday, but for this plant you are not supposed to leave the flowers on, so I took them off. This is my peppermint plant. I was pretty sure that the peppermint plant would die because it looks really withered, but I see signs of life, so that's nice. Repeatedly made jokes about how when I go out, I need to give myself a little treat, a little incentive for actually doing whatever errand I need to do. So that might be something as simple as getting snacks and a tea at the stall outside. So I went on one errand that was quite difficult, like, because I hadn't exactly planned for it. It's complicated to explain. I had a very long walk back, so I thought I'll go to some cafe or restaurant and, you know, sit down and eat or drink something, but I didn't find any place that I liked. And when I finally reached home, which was a 3-kilometer walk, by the way, I saw the garden center, like basically the plant nursery, one that's very close to my house, and I walked in. I literally asked them for herbs, and they told me that they have basil and they had peppermint, so I just impulsively brought them home because that was my little treat for the day. This is my cycle. It is still not working, so I don't know to cycle yet. I cannot take this out. I need to go take this to the cycling shop because one of the tires are punctured. It's this one, but this one's also gone a bit deflated now. Bottom line is, don't buy from Hero Cycles online. They are absolute assholes. I contacted them like 1,000,000 times. They promised me half of those times at least that they would get back to me. They never got back to me. There was no redressal. I sent them several emails. I commented on their social media several times. They just don't care. They do not care. And before this, I was someone who would order online really confidently and would have like a lot of faith that if there's any issue, the brand would fix it. And Hero Cycle is such a well-known brand that I was like, okay, if anything's wrong, they will definitely make it right. I'm just shocked at their audacity. At this point, I do not have the energy to follow up any further, so I'm gonna get this fixed with my own money, even though it's a really new cycle. And I'm just gonna tell you guys, learn from my mistakes and do not buy from Hero Cycles. The format of this vlog so far has just basically been me treating you guys like, you know, you're an old friend that's visiting me after a really long time, and I need to fill you guys in on everything. So my major life update for the last few months has been that I finally got my stay alone in Goa experience. Something that I was excited about, something that I was looking forward to, but something that I was also extremely anxious about. So my parents left and went to Mumbai a little while ago, and my first week or 2 weeks I was definitely a little extra anxious, wondering if, you know, I'll be able to manage living here. And I'm not frightened about living alone, okay? I'm quite confident in that aspect. It's just like living in a village, that's the scary part. Nature, to some extent, that's the scary part because it does not stay outside, it comes inside also. It scares me a little. I'm trying to be more like open to nature, more open to learning about the creatures that live around here so that I'm not frightened of them. It helps that my best friend Rydal, who you guys have seen in like my previous Goa like vacation vlogs, he is a huge nature lover. So he helps me understand that most of these creatures are actually quite fascinating and wonderful, and they don't usually harm humans. But as someone who grew up in a city, it is still a little overwhelming to see stuff like a monitor lizard right in your backyard. And yesterday I also saw a snake that was probably as tall as me. Rydal explained that it is a rat snake. They are not really dangerous, but yeah, they're very close by. This was my first snake that I saw since moving here though, so I was actually kind of excited about it. My parents had seen a different snake a couple of times, and I was waiting for when my encounter would happen. It did happen. So yeah, my parents went home to Mumbai. This is also home, both are home, but when I say home, I guess like the word home is still associated with Mumbai. They went back. Then I had 1 or 2 weeks which I was finding things difficult, but I was managing. And then as those couple of weeks passed, I actually started feeling much more relaxed, much more calm and confident that like, okay, I can do this, it's not a big deal. I started really enjoying myself and enjoying my daily routine and all of that. And I had planned to make some cute living alone type of content. I think it is a wonderful way to live. I always dreamed of doing it. Then I was finally doing it, you know. But I ended up getting a pretty demanding work assignment, and I'm not complaining about that. I'm actually extremely grateful that I got the assignment, you know, because I have a few major expenses coming up, and to be able to purchase those things comfortably is a good thing. But the work assignment ended up taking up most of my time, so much so that I was just basically taking care of the cats and doing work. I could not even find a little spare time in the day to cook for myself, so I was eating takeout every single meal for a week or two. It's not a way that I recommend living, but it was a choice I made at that point and I did not regret it. That went on for a little while, and about a week ago my parents came back to Goa. I always knew that they would be spending December with me. They're back now. My dad is a little bit under the weather. I think that's the only reason we've not already started like Christmas decorating, because my dad's crazy about that kind of thing. But he's recovering from like a sort of a cold flu type of thing. Hopefully he will be better in a few days. So that is my life update. Now I actually have some filming to do, so I should get started with doing that. I did get changed for the work that I'm doing. My scalp is super greasy, but I'm actually trying a hairstyle that hopefully like the greasiness will look chic or whatever. It will look like part of it. It may or may not work, but at this point I was too lazy to do my hair again. And I am still wearing like a knit top. It is still so freaking hot that all I want to wear are tank tops actually. It's also very, very humid. 82 degrees Celsius and 68% humidity. That is not very high because it usually is around 75 I think, and in the monsoon I've seen it go to 95. But this is not the weather I associate with December. Even in Mumbai, even in Goa, it gets a little cooler, it gets a little drier. So maybe it's just late this year. But part of my love for the month of December is the nicer weather, and I'm gaslighting myself by wearing things like this. I'm not going out like this though, so it's okay. For like a very slick back model bun. I'm just using the actual term. I do have some like long bits here. I've done a bun before, but I think the difference with this bun is that you keep a little bit of the center parting in the front, and I have a lot of frizz. So two things that I did differently today to achieve this very slick, very clean look are I bought this boar bristle brush. That is quite inexpensive. The bristles on this are really firm. You can use it for backcombing. I do not backcomb, but it gives you that like neat look. It lays hair down, and you can use the end of it for parting as well. And then I also bought hair wax finally. This is the Bedhead TG Manipulator Matte Wax. Always wanted to try wax, but I never knew exactly what it did. I think it's really nice for this hairstyle. I know it's hit or miss, and whenever I've done it in the past, I've actually got pretty strong negative feedback from you guys, but I like it. It's nice. Having a quick little coffee break, and I wanted to show you these like mirchi bhajis, chili deep fried with batter, that I'm really obsessed with. I have like 2 of them a day, and you get them in Mumbai, but I think they're more of a Goan thing. Somehow they're very common and very popular here. Like all of the street vendors make them. What's wrong with the focus? So this is my backyard, and the corner that you see here of the fence, like this corner, This is where I saw the snake yesterday. I just did a double take just now to be sure that there was no snake, but it was an exhilarating experience. Chai and gupshup with mom, it's just a mood, it's a ritual. I love it, it's so comforting, but it always runs long. It doesn't matter that I had coffee, but it's always going to be chai as like an emotion. I don't know if I'm making sense. Like, chai will always be the OG, but I have some makeup on right now, going ahead with my day of doing work. Look at this blush though, it's so pretty, but it's a purple blush from Verified. I'm testing some new makeup on camera today. I have 2 shades of under eye brightener. Like, I could not decide which one might work for me, so I just bought both and I'm gonna try one on each side. Pony is just the happiest little boy in the world, sleeping on his windowsill. It's one of his favorite spots. He's just like his mummy. He totally fixates on spots and things for a little while, and he just gets very obsessive about them. Like, he wants to sit there, nobody else is allowed to sit there, no other cat, and then he'll forget about it after some time. This is the state of my work desk. It still has some of my empties. I filmed my empties yesterday and I was up till 3 a.m. Like, I made it live after midnight, but then I was filling the description and stuff, so I need to get rid of all this stuff. These are some of the things I'm gonna be using today. Now I need to stop procrastinating via this vlog and actually get started on my other work. And look, I wanted to show you my t-shirt because I have this really adorable t-shirt with the Grinch on it. I was looking for Christmassy themed clothes and this seemed really perfect because obviously the Grinch is a beloved Christmas tale that I also enjoy and I really like the colors. I will probably change back now. My main agenda for this second is to pack a present. I probably am going to pack like 3 presents, but one of them is the most important. One of our neighbors here, like the daughter's getting married, they invited us to the wedding, which honestly was quite unexpected just because like their house is quite away from us and we've really not had much interactions with them. So I was very surprised that they came and invited my family. It was a very sweet gesture. We're not going to the wedding just because transport is still a big issue here. I'm packing a gift for her. I saw this way of gift wrapping on Instagram that I really liked and I wanted to try it out. So I did go a little crazy buying supplies for wrapping. So while I was wrapping the present, I was convinced that it's going really badly because I'm the type of person that I think I'm creative. I am creative in some ways, but when it comes to like drawing or like wrapping things, folding things, I just don't have that sense of neatness and I can mess things up very easily. That's happened my entire life, really. It was a trust the process kind of thing, but this is the final result of the gift I packed, which I know aesthetic senses can differ, so this is not going to be cute to everybody, but I think it's very, very cute. Like, how adorable is this? It is so simple. You just need brown paper, some sketch pens, and there are many small variations you can do on this similar thing. I'm so glad I saw that random reel, and there's a reason that reel went viral because it is such a creative thing, I think Mom and I are going to pop on over to their house now. And I also think I might actually wrap a couple of small presents also. I was not planning to wrap them, but now that it's turned out so cute, I am itching to do some more. Hi Mama! Hi. In the vlog after a long time. We are heading over to our neighbor's house now. They're not home, we missed them. The wedding is when tomorrow?
Tomorrow 11 is the other nuptials and evening 6:30 is the reception.
Yeah, they already had the rose, which, oh look at the sun, is so pretty. But what is the closest like the rose? It's like the haldi sort of, no?
The Catholic haldi.
The Catholic haldi. All Catholics don't do it. So my family, both sides, we never did roses for anybody. but also some people do it, so cultural customs differ. They did have a really nice party. There was loud music, karaoke, all of that. I hope we get to see them today. If not, we'll meet them some other time. Now mom and I are doing a walk because we rarely get out of the house. So we dressed up, we got out, we were like, let's do a walk. It's so pretty. Are you enjoying the walk, Mama?
Yes, I am.
Are you enjoying having a camera shoved in your face, Mama?
No, never.
Never. Siang, our sweet Pinky. Still. She met you. Oh, who's that? She's chasing. Stop. Stop barking. You guys have got to see what I'm seeing. She's keeping pace with us. Okay, she got left behind. Pinky. She just loves going for a little walk. She's not super demanding. She's well fed, she has a home, but she loves going for a walk. I used to be able to carry her and she was fine with it, but then she started getting freaked out, so I'm not sure. I'm not going to do that. But she's been spayed last year and she's put on a lot of weight, which is quite normal. She met a friend. And there's even slightly older puppies. It's almost 7 p.m. now and it's time for me to tell you guys like why I'm actually vlogging today and the main highlight of the day, which is going to happen now at night time for me. So I feel like I need to give you guys background. So I always over explain myself. So if you guys get bored of me talking too much, just skip ahead. That's the reason I put timestamps on most of my videos. One thing that I absolutely knew I would struggle with a little bit when I moved to Goa is friendships. I was leaving my few friends in Mumbai behind and we keep in touch really well and stuff. So I'm not really worried about the state of those friendships. I still treasure those people very much. I am not going to get to see them often and I would have to make new friends that hopefully I would get to hang out with over here. If you live in a city, I'm sure you know somebody who's moved to Goa. A lot of people are moving to Goa, not just Goans, but 99% of them are moving to North Goa because that's the more urbanized area. It's the more cosmopolitan, like mixed area. The young people are probably seeing more opportunities there, so it makes sense. I'm from South Goa, which is the sleepy area of Goa that is still very local, but because of that, there aren't that many people that I could potentially just hang out with, meet, be friends with. And then the second biggest issue for me, like not being able to meet people, is that transportation. Like transportation is the biggest problem in Goa altogether. If you cannot ride, if you cannot drive, like you are stuck. It is miserable because rickshaws and taxis are both extremely expensive compared to everywhere else, and they're also just very unreliable in general, so you really cannot bank on them. I get around a lot by using the local buses and stuff, but the buses sort of shut by 6 or 7 p.m. so you cannot really go out at night. And generally I would say I don't think Goa is that safe to go out at night alone on the street walking. I would do it in my village, but I would not do it where I live now. I don't know, it's not a bad place, but there are very few pedestrians and stuff. I actually know a few people. Some nice people reached out to me as soon as I moved. Several of them said, okay, we live close by. If you need anything, call us. And I did not call anybody, but the fact that these people lived close by and they offered, it meant the world. And I want to go out and meet people, but the monsoon season happened and it was just really difficult because the rains can be intense here. So I did not want to commit to anything during those few months. And after that, now I've been ready to meet people. And today I'm actually going to be having my first social outing, meeting new friends, I guess. Ever since I moved to Goa, if you do not count the fact that I got to have a vacation with my Mumbai friends, so that social interaction happened. But other than that, I've been very isolated here, and usually I'm a socially anxious person. Meeting new people would have scared me, but I think I'm so ready for this today, and I'm so excited for this. And also the people that I'm meeting, I feel like I know them because online I've known one of the girls for like years together. You know how you're not really close friends with someone, you don't call them up, you don't meet them, but social media allows you to kind of have a glimpse into people's lives in a way. And so I've known her for many years, and one of her friends, who's also now kind of my friend, her I've known I think since I moved, so I know the people sort of that I'm going to see, although I've never met them. Mysia actually kindly offered that, you know, they would pick me up and drop me from my home, and that is just the biggest deal. So I can go out at night time, hang out with fun people, and not have to worry about how I'll get home. So almost never ask anybody to come pick me up or drop me, because it's such a big ask, and I'm not that close with anyone yet, so I can't really impose on anybody. The fact that, you know, they are doing that for me makes me feel really safe, makes me feel like, you know, I'm excited. So usually when I'm meeting somebody new, I would not vlog right away, but since I'm doing Vlogmas, I really wanted to make this vlog as well. So I did ask permission from like all parties, and we have the all clear. I'm just taking them some really small gifts. I'm only showing you these because I did more of my wrapping. I did not do it very neatly, but look, it's so cute, right? Usually when I'm meeting new people, I will take them some beauty products because I get beauty products in PR, and I would rather share them with people who would use them. I never wrap the gifts, I just take it and hand it to them. Today, with all of my new wrapping supplies, I was like, I need to make these cute, and they are cute. I know what you guys are gonna say, like I talk about the bad transport situation all of the time, so you guys are gonna be like, you know, why don't you buy a car, why don't you buy a scooter? It's not like I haven't thought of that, but the biggest issue is that I do not know to ride or drive. I'm working on it. I do want to start classes sometime soon, so hopefully in a few months I will be much better situated, but until then life is difficult in that respect, and I'm sharing it because I do not believe it gets talked about enough. Especially if you grew up in a city, chances are you don't know to ride or drive. That is like really the biggest problem in Goa that affects almost everybody. Also, there's no Uber or Ola here. The rickshaw guys and the taxi guys stone and beat up anybody else who tries to run. It's a mess. Okay, I can officially get dressed, and I find myself very excited to get dressed today. I'm not just getting dressed for content after a really long time. I actually have somewhere to go. It's still very hot, so I decided to wear a t-shirt. I was thinking that I'll wear like a tank top or something, but I'm not really sure about that. This t-shirt is really nice. I just bought it a while ago. Mumbai people will get it, but mom rightly pointed out that it is a little bit creased. I'm not in a mood to iron right now, but I have my steamer. I know the steamer is not going to make it like nice and crisp, but it should get some of these creases out. There's definitely a positive difference. Does not replace an iron, but definitely better than not ironing. It's a long t-shirt, so I actually have two options for bottoms. Again, I'm just dressing for the heat. I want to be stylish, but I also don't want to be too casual. I have this denim, sort of like, I guess this is a mini skirt. It's not very short. I'm comfortable with the length. It's black, but I think I'll end up going with this, even though it's more casual. This is workout wear that I bought, that I knew I was going to wear like as fashion wear also. These are bicycling shorts. They're very high waist, and they're probably the longest pair of bicycling shorts that I have, just above my knee. So I'm feeling the shorts more. Okay, the cats definitely want food, so let me do that. I need to put a metal bucket over the food dabba because Thelma has learned how to open it. T-shirt is on. Bottom option 1, the skirt. Bottom option 2, round bicycling shorts. I think I still have to adjust them. Can't really decide what to wear, so I'm asking mum for an opinion as well. I was pretty sure before dressing up that I was leaning towards the shorts, but after trying both of the things on, I think the skirt's better. Let me know though, what would you have picked? Which one did you like? I think both worked, but even my mum said that the t-shirt and bicycling shorts combo is more sporty and daytime, since it is Saturday night. Skirt brings it all together a little better. It was a mad dash to get out of the house because they are running a little earlier than they told me they would, but hopefully they are not here or they've not been waiting long. We are at our first venue for the night, a really cool place that they took me to called Folga, which we were discussing the meaning of it. It is Konkani. It basically just means having fun, but I've only heard it used in a derogatory way. Like, you know how in Hindi there's that phrase like jak mar raha hai, like you're just having fun, wasting time. So that's what they say in Konkani also, like the parents say, like they're Folga marang. It's a sort of mix of Konkani and English. So this venue is called Folga. Vibe is really nice, but there is really loud live music. It's very Christmassy, but at the same time you can't really talk that much. And also let me introduce you to the girls. Hi. So this is Misia. I always thought it was Mysia. It's Misia.
I pronounce it as Misia.
Oh, Misia.
Yeah, Misia.
Who I've known like online for years, and Ojasvi.
Ojasvi.
Oh, so sorry. Ojasvi. Okay. It's going to take me a little time. Who I've known like for a few months also. But I'm meeting them for the first time. And also there are two guys. But I was just like, yeah, Missia's husband and another guy. And I was like, you know, let's go take photos just as girls. So I hope they didn't feel bad. I'm going to
Who lives in temples, got the law working for me, and all my exes live in Texas. It's in Tennessee. I can't believe how much it turns me on. The way that I love you. Stop waiting on me. There's nothing. There's nothing.
Little before 1 a.m. and I'm safely back home. Had a really fun time. And is it even a night out in Goa if you do not see a minor celebrity? And also there was this one lady at the bar who was dancing really enthusiastically, so that was nice. But at some point during the night, she came up to our table and scolded us for not dancing because apparently we're young and we're at a place with live music, we should dance. So, you know, she was like, y'all are boring, y'all are chutias, lukka buggers. So that also felt like a specifically Goan experience. Despite me being Goan, there's definitely a part of this state that I do not know at all, and like that relates to the bars and nightlife and stuff. I'm not generally a club goer, but going to a nice place, getting good food, live music, that is something I can 100% get on board with. So it was really nice to get that experience. And also I came to know that I've been pronouncing both of the girls' names wrong, which is really mortifying because I have a name that's, you know, mispronounced often, and it bugs me a little bit. So I did the same thing that other people have done to me. Hopefully I will do better in the future. But anyway, ʟģsᴜ, I hope I'm saying that correctly. She brought me this succulent as a gift. How adorable is that? She actually propagated this herself from her own plant, which I always feel like it's the best kind of gift. It's so special, it's so intimate. I've given gifts of plants that I have propagated from my own plant, and yeah, it will never not be awesome. I've actually killed far too many succulents in the past. I wasn't sure if I was ready to try again, but now getting this, I will try my best to keep it alive. It's going to be fun. Gotta get this makeup off and get into my PJs. Looking forward to having a relaxed Sunday and also hopefully editing this vlog and catching up on some other off-screen work. I will see you all really soon.